Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Design bootleg here. Flushed out of the pocket. That's on target. Puka Nacua. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on 1st. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just throws this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On comes Joshua Carty in the Rams field goal unit to try it. Coming off the edge, and it's blocked!
We could say they picked a great time to block the kick. Let's be honest. Any time is a great time to get through and block one. It really rewards the effort that those special teamers put in each and every time out. It might not always get noticed, but it sure does there. Big time.
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. Open space inside the 40. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Najee Harris the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
They get him again, and this time it's for points. That is going to be a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points. And their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine. Because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Puka Nacua. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hits his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That's 1 quarter done in our showdown of LA. Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. That's grabbed at the 10. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Chargers are going to take over deep in their own territory. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. That's incomplete left side. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. And now they face 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area It not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
He's got time here. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Herbert on first down. Caught by Theo Johnson. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. A give left side. Here's Harris. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Looking for a touch. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere. Almost straight up into the air. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive when they chance. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Roy Anderson that time with the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throwing from the gun. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They're throwing it. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Chargers take possession. 1st and 10, Herbert. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. He's got the hook up to Vidal. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. A throw left side finds Johnson. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that makes it 2nd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Herbert throwing again. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. For the point after, here's Aubrey. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Chargers go up by 19. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. This is the snap that's going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Buys time, rolling right. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Oh, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from him literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Herbert. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. With enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Putting a receiver in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Searches. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Gay's kick is good. And that's going to make the advantage 22.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got a man left. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To throw here on 1st down. Completed to his running back. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Here's 2nd and 2. Finding Flowers. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll throw it again. Chased out to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
2nd and 10 now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Caught by Flowers. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
This one finds Kelsey. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short. The Rams are set to punt.
And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
He finds Johnson. 40. Into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone.
And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers push their lead further to start the half. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A-Chain on the inside give. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Right up the gut. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The Rams are set to punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. He'll get it at the 9. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Herbert now, blitz coming. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. Forced out to... He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Hits his running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Achan, a 1st down carry. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Third and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the 1st down.
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. They're going for this. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And they make the tackle. I'm not sure that was an advisable gamble in this spot, Brock, as they turn it over on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Another try following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They give to Achan on the option. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing from near his own goal line. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking at, and he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Wow, talk about a perfect blitz at a perfect time, huh, partner?
Well said. Life's about timing. So is blitzing your linebackers, and that linebacker timed it up beautifully. Gets home, gets the sack, gets the safety, and now gives his offense an opportunity to go down and score.
So after the safety, we're going to see a free kick from the 20-yard line. And not the way to follow up that safety. They send the free kick out of bounds. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. Running behind center with Harris. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 36. Connects with Johnson. He loses the football. Picked up by the Rams.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Completed to Flowers. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back-to-back carries here. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he makes the catch on the right sideline, but no. Oh, they call it out of bounds. The throw led him just a little bit too much.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
They're going play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off Cam Hart.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. On the slant, complete to Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Trying to hit his fullback there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. They give to Harris from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On third down, Herbert. He finds McConkey. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Chargers getting closer to their 13th win of the season. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
A gain of 24 yards.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Chargers keep running away with this. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers continue piling on to this lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. First and 10. Flowers will go in motion left. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it was such a privilege for me living up in the Pacific Northwest and covering the Legion of Boom. But when I see a play like that, all I see is number 25. Richard Sherman. Yeah, he could run his mouth and he could talk with the best of them, but he walked it with tackles just like that. Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Throw caught by his running back. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Achane reels it in. Running down the left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Big play sets them up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. From the red zone now. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their